Hello, 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 and welcome to another video. Another FPL video. Yep, FPL is finally coming back after a extremely boring international break, and with it, it's coming back the pain, the heartache, the disappointment, the hopes that, we can get this season back on track for a lot of people. But, yeah. Exciting times. We have some really good games this weekend. Ooh, we have the spicy derby on Sunday. City against Arsenal. The title going strong this year. I mean, I can't remember last time Premier League had a 3-horse race. At this stage of the season, 3 teams going, like they're basically 1 point between Liverpool, City and Arsenal. So it's going to be exciting to see what happens. But we're here to talk about FPL, which is a part of football, not the entire football, and maybe just talk about the FPL challenge a little bit later. I don't even know. I'm just gonna get short into that because I do FPL videos. I don't want to get involved into FPL challenge too much. It's a new thing. Let's see how it goes. And the good things with the FPL challenge is that it's weekly thing, so we're not missing out, not talking in this video or the next video or whatever. It's just going to be week-to-week basis, which is a bit annoying because that's not the whole point of FPL is like going through an entire season, collecting points and everything. But enough on that. We're here to talk FPL. FPL is tillbaka. FPL is back, ladies and gentlemen. Have some coffee. Got some great coffee today, homemade. So how's everyone doing? How's it been? International break. There's a lot of thoughts going to my head. I don't have the enough time. I'm not a full-time content creator. I just do this for fun. I haven't had the time to just go into depth and analyze all the things that are going FPL-wise. We've had a confirmed double game week. Oh my god, with the double fucking game weeks. We've had a confirmed double game week 34, which looks way better than people expected. So now the problem is the game week 34 looks good. The game week 37 looks less appealing than initially was because we thought we were going to be more games and better teams in that. Wow, there's so many decisions. There's people who haven't played their free hit that are going to play on free hit 34. There's so many things. The doubles in 34, to me at least, look better than the ones in 37. And I was planning to play my bench boost in 37 and the wild card 36. Now I'm thinking, should I play the wild card now because my team was shit? But then one thing happened, and that thing... Okay, let's get straight to it. It's boring me talk because there's a lot of things that we need to cover. Let's get straight to it, Let's just move this. So let's go to the FPL app over here. There we are. So initially, by the way, last night I made 2 transfers. I have to come clean. I got a -4, but that doesn't matter if you play the wild card anyways. You can get a -4 or 8. The moment you play the wild card, that goes away. So the minus doesn't stay there. Last video I made, I talked about how I might play the wild card. It's still in the cards. However, let's go here. This is my team. So the transfers I made was De Bruyne because he was going to drop in price last night. I don't know if he has dropped in price. We can check here. I checked on if price changes. De Bruyne, no, not yet, but he might drop in price tonight. It's 10.5. Anyways, I wanted to save because I want to get Salah anyways. I didn't want to miss on that. I got Salah for De Bruyne and I sold Watkins, which might be a bad idea. Yeah, he's playing Wolves at home this week. A lot of people are going to have Watkins anyways. But, there's no way to afford Salah and Son, which I don't know if I'm getting and have. Anyways, I wanted to get Muniz, whoever you say, in my team. Anyways, and Watkins's games after this weekend are going to get difficult anyway, so a lot of people are going to sell him. But Sven Botman, we got the news this week that has suffered a long-term injury. And if you look at the wildcards and a lot of content creators on Twitter or YouTube, wherever you go to, a lot of them have Lascelles. Fucking Lascelles. Lascelles, who's been rotting in my bench because I didn't have money to transfer him out. Not money, but like I didn't want to waste a transfer. He was a bench player anyways. And now people are buying Lascelles. On the time I was going to play the wild card, if you remember, this was my team. So Kirkes there, who didn't play and probably won't start anyways. Zabarny I'm okay with because he starts, but Kirkes, yeah, he was a horrible double game week player. He started one game, played half, got a yellow card, and the other game didn't start at all. So this was my defense in Saliba against City away, which I mean, most likely going to concede. Horrible defense. And I talked about this in my last video. And Reguilon got a red card because he was going to be against Man United at home. At least he has some attacking potential. And then all I was left with in the bench was Lascelles, who doesn't play because, you know, he's not a starter for Newcastle unless Botman or Schär is injured. So Botman gets injured. Lascelles becomes an option suddenly. Newcastle have good games. So I got a -4 last night. Now, I'm not unhappy with this team. The only problem is I don't have Son, who plays Luton at home. I mean, he's going to be more captain than Salah this game week because people don't have Salah. Not a lot of people are going to buy Salah this week. They're going to wait till next week and get him for a -4 or just no -4. And he has, because next week Liverpool plays Sheffield United at home. That's a no-brainer, Captain Salah. But I was thinking, should I just wait on my wild card? Because is it worth it to play the wild card just to have Son in? Of course, it would improve my overall team and I would do long-term planning. But like Son, except this game. Let's just look at Tottenham's games. Let's say I get Son for Bowen, which was the initial plan. I have the money. Go to the full here in fixtures. Luton at home, great game. He's going to be most captain player this week. Yeah, no-brainer. But then they play West Ham away, and then Nottingham Forest at home. Not a bad game, but Nottingham Forest are they're not mugs, like they say in UK. And then Newcastle away, tough game. And then they blank on game week 34 when there's a double game week, so you're going to have to sell them anyways. And then they play Arsenal at home, Liverpool away, 2 difficult fixtures. So I'm like, is it worth for just potentially one good game week to get Son now and get a -8? So I'm going to risk it. I think I'm going to risk it. I'm going to go without Son. You know, it is what it is. And you can only captain one player anyway. So I'm going to captain Salah. And then play Bowen or Muniz or, I don't know, bench one of these. Who am I benching now? I think Bowen is in my bench now, but Saka away. It could be any of them. That's a decision I need to make. But now, suddenly the team doesn't look as horrible as it did. You know, Lascelles, Zabarny, Everton at home. They could get a clean sheet there. Dubravka, West Ham at home. They could get a clean sheet. I have 2 Newcastle assets. And Newcastle assets are being highly targeted because they're going to have doubles and they have good fixtures. Look at their fixtures. Let's look at their fixtures. West Ham home, Everton home, Fulham away, Tottenham home, Crystal Palace away, Sheffield United at home, Burnley away, Brighton at home, and Brentford away. But they have fixtures to be rescheduled, so they're going to have a double, either on 36 or 37. I have the sheet from Ben Krelling, the god of predicting double game weeks. So we're going to check on that later. But this is it. If I played the wild card, of course I would have brought Son in. I would have sell Kirkes and brought some... Let's see the double game weeks here. No, not this one. Yes. Here is the... It looks complicated, but this is the sheet from Ben Krelin at Ben Krelin. You can see it on Twitter. And yeah, so you can see it says confirmed or very likely double game weeks with yellow. You have 34 and 37. So on 34, Arsenal is doubling. That's very juicy games. Wolves and Chelsea. Liverpool is doubling against Fulham and Everton. Very good double. Bournemouth is doubling, and we all have Bournemouth assets anyways because we got them for the double that they just had. Aston Villa and Wolves. Everton, Nottingham Forest and Liverpool. Not the greatest, but I mean, who would you buy from Everton though, except, you know, defenders and even defenders if they're playing Liverpool. I don't know Wolves have Arsenal and Bournemouth again. We might find some Wolves gems out there. Crystal Palace doesn't have necessarily a bad, and they have a new coach. We have to see. That's why I'm reluctant to play the wildcard this week, because I want to see how some of the teams, like the likes of Nottingham Forest, Crystal Palaces, these mid teams, Brighton, if they're going to get themselves back on track. Because Brighton, in their good day, they can be prime Barcelona, but in their bad day, they just concede 4 goals and they're horrible. Sheffield United has a double, but I mean, who cares about Sheffield United assets? Not me. I'm not going to target them. But there's some juicy targets. So I might have gotten my wildcard some Crystal Palace and Wolves. But it's no. I think I'm waiting. I think I'm waiting for the wild card, at least 1 or 2 game weeks. And then 37, you have Tottenham who's doubling, Chelsea, Man City, Brighton, Man United, and Newcastle. So far that are predicted. And then on 36, there might be a small double, Chelsea and Tottenham. So Chelsea assets, good. Most of the wild card that you've seen, they have Chelsea assets. They're getting the goalkeeper, Petrovic. Malo Gusto is 4.1 still. Might have gotten 4.2. Those are players, but if I play the wild card later, I can address that. For now, this is a team that I got from FPL Harry on Twitter. You can check him out. He has a good content creator. See, Trippier doesn't even know. It says this is a game week 35 wildcard team. Salah to Son on 36. Okay, because you have double. Tottenham bench boost 15 doubles in game week 37. Yeah, it's just, it looks okay, but like Dalot, Garnacho, Højlund, I have to see Man United for a couple of more games. And you never know from now, like if players are going to get injured, get red cards, or what happens. So it's way too early to predict for game week 35. This is game week 30 that we're talking about. So I think I'm not ready to commit my wild card right now. So I decided to wait. Let's just go here. Back. Yeah. This is the team from now. I think Moon is against Sheffield United away. That's a good. I have Solanke, who has great. Look at the fixtures of Bournemouth. I just wish they had better players, because Solanke is okay, no brainer. But then, other than Solanke outside, there's just no outstanding candidates to get from Bournemouth. Everton home, Crystal Palace home, Luton away. Those are some juicy fixtures. So no need to worry about Solanke. Muniz, they have good fixtures, and he's been doing good. Even he scored 2 goals against Tottenham, so people would have not targeted him against Tottenham, but he's been doing great, and he's 4.6 only. Great budget striker. And then Bowen, I have on my bench. He's gonna be sold. He was gonna be sold for Son. Now I have to double think my strategy, because Arsenal, Liverpool have doubles, so it's gonna be sold for one of those. Either a Liverpool mid or an Arsenal mid, depending on who I think is going to do better or is in better form. Yeah. What other players? So, Kelleher, for example, that's a good shout for a goalkeeper if you're playing a wild card for Liverpool. And also Conor Bradley, I really like him. The only issue with Conor Bradley is Trent Alexander-Arnold. The rumor on Twitter is that he's going to be back for the Man United game, which is in 2 game weeks. So it's that means if he goes straight back to the team, that means if you buy Conor Bradley now, you might miss on the double game week, which is the whole point of. But Kelleher, I think, is a safer option, because there's no rumors so far if Alisson is close to being back or anything, and he's super cheap. He's like, let's go to how expensive he is. He was 3.8 at some point. Kelleher 3.8 still. Wow, that's for a Liverpool goalkeeper. That's a great price. And let's say Conor Bradley. Yeah, I really like these 2 players, to be honest. By the way, Robertson. That's another thing to keep an eye on. Andy Robertson got injured playing for Scotland, so Tsimikas can suddenly become an option as well. Let's see how long-term that injury is. We have to see. Look at tomorrow. Is it tomorrow the press conferences, or on Friday? Anyway, Bradley is 4.2 now, but still decent price. two players that I really like. Lascelles, as I said, suddenly became an option, but outside of these two Liverpool, I don't Malo Gustos, but that's another one. I'm just putting players here that I like and it might inspire for your team, because everyone has different teams, everyone has different chip strategies, and there's no, as I said, there's no like one good chip strategy right now. Where's Chelsea? So Malo Gusto, where are you? Here it is, 4.2. And the Chelsea goalkeeper. Here, I'm just throwing out players to inspire your teams. Petrovic, 4.5. Oh, I thought it would be cheaper. Anyways, here are some inspiring cheap option players that can help your team right now. As I said, Newcastle, Chelsea, Newcastle, good teams. They're going to have doubles. Tottenham, they're going to have a blank, so I don't even know. Like, it's, as I said, maybe for later, for the double in 37, you might target Tottenham players as well. But we have to say that hasn't been confirmed yet, the double game week 37, so we have to wait and see. But let's just look at, if we go to FPL.team right now, this is my team. Lascelles is going for Kirkes. And our, oh yeah, I have already sold Watkins to Muniz. Let's go to Fulham. Here's Muniz and De Bruyne for Salah. Salah, here it is. So Salah is going for Bowen, let's say, and Salah is going to be captain this week, obviously against Brighton at home. I mean, Brighton, as I said, they can ship a lot of goals in their bad day. Dubravka playing at home, so I already got the -4. Anyways, it says they're -4. So this team looks okay. If we go to the next week, game week 31, Saliba Luton at home, Zabarni Crystal Palace at home, Lascelles Everton at home, Dubravka Everton at home, Saka Luton at home, Foden Aston Villa at home, Palmer Man United at home, Salah Sheffield United at home, Crystal Palace, Solanke Crystal Palace at home, Muniz Nottingham Forest away, and Haaland Aston Villa away. And then Bowen could be sold for another player, and Reguilon comes back, so he becomes an option. Kirkes could be sold for Connor Bradley or Malo Gusto, depending. Even though Chelsea is playing Man United at home, not necessarily a great game. But it looks okay. Let's go to I'm just going to go straight to the game week 34. This is 32. Not too bad, but of course I haven't planned any transfers in between these games, because you never know what's going to happen. Injuries, yellow cards, suspensions, etc. So if you go to 34, this is 4 game weeks afterwards. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, Kirk is going to be most likely sold unless we really see him starting regularly and doing well for another double game week players. So now I can I feel like I need to have triple Arsenal and triple Liverpool for this game week. So Muniz would go for example, a Darwin. Let's say Darwin Núñez. So now we have here Darwin, and let's say sell Reguilon for Connor Bradley. Let's go to Liverpool here. Connor Bradley, here you are. So I have 3 Liverpool assets now, yeah. This looks fire. Or you can have Kelleher in goalkeeper. Yeah. So I have 3 Liverpool, 2 Arsenal, and I would get maybe Bowen for... It would depend. I would say Kai Havertz, if he continues that scoring run and playing up front. Kai Havertz or Martin Ødegaard. But that doesn't look bad at all for a double game week. The only problem is with the bench boost, which I was supposed to play on double game week 37. Now it doesn't look as good because, yeah, you have a lot of team doubling, but some of the teams are just like, nah. I mean, we've seen how these doubles have gone these last few weeks. They've just been horrible. 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 The worst doubles I can remember in the history of FPL. But yeah, it's a lot of thoughts going in my head. You have to look at the plan, how your team looks. Use FPL.team, for example, to look at long-term plan and your wild card and everything. But yeah, I'm sorry if this is all confusing and overwhelming, a lot of information. But as I said, Game Week 34 looks good because Arsenal and Liverpool mainly are doubling good teams, and Bournemouth, which we already have Bournemouth assets. Game week 37 is going to be the huge double game week. Most likely all people are going to play the bench boost then, which means you have to wildcard before 36 or 35, depending. If you want a wildcard now, keep in mind that, you know, the fixtures, some are like Tottenham players blanking and Liverpool and Arsenal having double in 34 instead of 37. You know, you have to calculate all these things. It might be too much to think of. You can take it one game at a time. Just have in mind all the stuff that I said. Plan ahead. But don't take it too seriously, because the season has been shit anyways. You're most likely not going to recover from it. So, yeah. Enjoy playing FPL and enjoy the coming back of FPL this game week 30. And see you next week. Let's see how everything goes. Bye. Subscribe. Come on. Just do it. I'm waiting. Just do it.